What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP Shiny Hunting Guide video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys about the Masuda method in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. This is the breeding shiny hunting method that many people use, with most commonly Ditto. It's a really easy method, it's very fun. However, I don't think it's the best method in this particular game, but I'll get into that here in a second. But if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more Pokemon content in the future. Let's get into it. So Masuda method, like I said, is the breeding method in order to get shiny Pokemon in any of the Pokemon games. It's been in so many of them now. I have a guide on this for, Sword and Shield, all that fun stuff. So this method is not new by any means. It's not like the Grand Underground shiny hunting method, anything like that. This is a very common method. And what you do is you breed two Pokemon of separate languages. Now, they need to have been from different regions. So, for example, the one I'm using is a Japanese Ditto with one of the English Pokemon from my game. The reason you do this is it increases your shiny odds when breeding for a shiny Pokemon from 1 out of 4,096 to 1 out of 683. Now, the 1 out of 683 odds is without the shiny charm. With the shiny charm, you're going to be increasing your odds to 1 out of 512. So this is actually a fairly decent method of shiny hunting. It was my favorite method in Sword and Shield. However, I find Poke Radar is just way more engaging than this, because this is kind of like very mind-numbing. The way I recommend doing this particular shiny hunting method is by just watching something on TV or something while you're doing the shiny hunt, because it's just kind of like a very tedious activity if you are only focusing on that. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do in order to do this, and I just think this is a very easy way to get certain Pokemon. Obviously, not all Pokemon are going to be encounterable with the Poke Radar, so things like the starter Pokemon, rather than soft resetting and looking at that black screen Ilka-like showing us 100 times, you could just go ahead and breed your shiny starters. So where you want to start is over here in Salacian Town, where the daycare center is. And what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to the daycare. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be pulling these Pokemon out just to show you their stats and everything. We're going to pull out my Ditto, and I'm going to pull out my Turtwig. So now I'll go into my box and I'll show you guys all the information you need to know. So if I go over here into my PC boxes and we take a little gander at the two Pokemon I'm breeding with currently, we have my Ditto, which has perfect IVs and a jolly nature, and we have this Turtwig that I bred that also has perfect IVs and an adamant nature, and these are the two I'm breeding with. Now, notice in the top right corner under the level for my Ditto, it says Japan. That is where this Pokemon originated from. So regardless of the characters in the Pokemon's name not being Japanese, I still am able to use this Pokemon because it originated from a different region, where this Turtwig is one that I bred here in the United States. So this is going to be an English Ditto, and I'm going English Turtwig, excuse me, and I'm going to be able to use this with the Ditto in order to breed a shiny Pokemon and get those Masuda method odds of 1 out of 682, simply because I do not have the shiny charm. Now, one thing to note is that you don't actually need to have a Ditto for this. You could use any foreign Pokemon. So for example, if I wanted to do a Turtwig and I had a Japanese Turtwig, I could do this. I could still do this method. I could breed a Japanese Turtwig with a normal Turtwig, and I would be able to still do Masuda method. It doesn't have to be Ditto. What makes Ditto so nice is that Ditto breeds with every Pokemon. So you're able to simply breed endlessly with a Ditto versus having to get a new foreign Pokemon every time you want to do a different shiny hunt, because of the different Pokemon what they can breed with, what they can't breed with. Ditto breeds with everything, so you don't have to worry about that information. One thing I highly recommend is having a Pokemon with Flame Body while you're doing this method. Now, the reason for this is Flame Body actually, I guess like the technical reason in game is it like heats the eggs and makes them hatch faster, but that's just what it does. It makes eggs hatch faster for no other scientific reasons, because it's Pokemon. It makes eggs hatch much more quickly if you have a Flame Body Pokemon in your party. So They're not too hard to get, especially if you're in the post game. You're able to get a Macargo. Macargo has them. Magby is another one that has them in Pokemon Pearl. So you're able to get these pretty easily. If you don't have one, see if your buddy can catch, you know, a Magby or something for you. If you're playing Diamond in the post game, you can go catch a Macargo. It's no problem. Catch it on Mount Stark or whatever it's called. That is going to be the best way to hatch eggs quickly, is just have one of these at the front of your party. It doesn't matter what it is. In the last game in Swish, it was Colossal that I always carried around, or a Scorch. Now it's Macargo or Magby. This is just going to make your life a whole lot easier. So then what you'll do is you'll come over here to the nursery, and you'll leave your Pokemon in there. Pick your Ditto, or whatever foreign Pokemon you're breeding with. Pick your whatever you want to shiny hunt. Drop them in there. It'll cost you 1,000. Then you come out here. Now, this game is far less open than Swish was. Swish, you had the wild area daycare and the bridge daycare. I thought the wild area daycare was the best method because it was just so much room to run and, you know, kind of maneuver your character to get the best experience. However, you're actually like kind of limited in this game. There's only one daycare, and you're going to be just kind of going back and forth along this route. One method that is viable is you're able to just spin. Able to spin like this, because the method that I do, there is like a second delay where you're not getting steps and hatching eggs, so you can just spin like this. However, your thumb kind of gets tired doing this over time, and it kind of like rubs your thumb raw just from spinning the analog so much. So what I prefer doing, and it is a little bit slower, but it's not significantly slower, is what you're gonna do is come over here right on the edge of the dirt path. You turn your bike on fast mode, and you just go. Now, I like using the directional pad rather than the analog stick for this, because then you literally just have to hold down, and there's no chance that like you randomly, you know, jerk your character the wrong way if your finger gets lazy or something weird happens. So I like using the directional pad because you just go. Anyways, our first egg is hatching here. Let's see what we got. If it's a shiny, I might lose my mind during this particular video. We'll see what happens. So this is all you're going to do. You're going to stack up your stuff, your eggs in your inventory, and you're just going to keep going back and forth until you eventually hatch. This is my 60-second encounter for Turtwig this way, and I just keep on going. I just keep on trucking, and you're going to follow this line. You're not going to vary from this line at all. Just keep following this line back and forth. Now, I have the menu brought up on my Poketch where I'm actually able to see which Pokemon I have, so that way I know how many eggs I have. So then when I get to this point and I know I need to get a new egg, I can just stop, and the old man out front of the daycare is actually going to give you one. Oh, he's not ready to give me one yet, so I'm going to come back over here, hop back in, and just keep on going. Keep going, keep going. And this is all, it's really, really tedious. Again, you can do the spin method. The spin method does have that, it doesn't have that stop when you hit the wall, but it just kind of wears your thumb out. It's going to wear your controller out or your joystick out. So I don't think it's the best way. Gosh, he still doesn't have an egg for me. Oh, I guess I did just put him in, so that kind of threw my rhythm off. Let's hatch another one here. We'll hatch another. That'd be kind of sweet if we got the shiny in this video. That'd be kind of awesome. There's another Turtwig. So eventually the old man will have an egg for you. It just depends on how long it takes for an egg to actually show up based on the Pokemon that you are trying to breed. As you can see, it says we are taking care of your Pokemon, and my goodness, we were surprised it's holding an egg, blah blah blah. I want to take the egg, and all you're going to do is replace it in your party here. Add, and you can put it in there. Now, another way of doing this is, rather than trying to hatch it all at the same time, you can simply go ahead and just PC box them and then hatch them in groups. I prefer doing this method because I'm just replacing as I'm hatching, and I think that's a way better method in my opinion, but it's all up to preference. Now, you'll notice that when I took the egg, I actually had to add it to my party. One thing I would recommend doing is coming into your settings, and if you've been doing the Poke Radar, it's likely that you have send to boxes set to automatic, simply because it saves you a lot of time while you're chaining. turn this back to manual, otherwise it'll just automatically send all your eggs to your PC boxes, and that is kind of annoying for this particular style of shiny hunting. But that's really all there is to it. You're just going to keep going back and forth, rinsing and repeating until you finally get the shiny. Like I said, the odds are once again 1 out of 682.7, which is just 1 out of 683, just round that up. Or with the shiny charm, if you are crazy and if you've caught all the Pokemon in the national decks, you're going to be able to have a 1 out of 512 odds. Pretty decent odds for shiny hunting. However, I still think Poke Radar is better. It's a little more engaging. It's a bit more fun, especially when you can see the shiny patch of grass. I don't know. I just enjoy the particular method of Poke Radar more. If you want to know how to Poke Radar shiny hunt, I do have a separate video covering that in its entirety, so check that out if that is something that interests you. But that is going to be it for this video, and I hope you found it entertaining and helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And like I said, that's it. Hope to see y'all in the next one.